Hey, my dog announced me before I did. Let me. There we go. There we go. All right. Excellent gift choice. Yeah. Uh, Trying to find gifts that perfectly encapsulate, you know, my abilities. um, I'm sucking down some canned coffee right now, and then we're gonna get started. So today, this is gonna be, I think, what the layout's gonna look like for all the drawing going forward. Um, the crop on Photoshop takes away like basically all the tool settings, but if we're gonna be drawing in like black and white, and we're just gonna be drawing, I don't know that you really need to see like my palette or the history or my layers or whatever. Like, I don't know that like I'm all washed out. Yeah, I know, cause the window's open. um, and this thing is might be in the way slightly. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, so you probably don't need to see like all the technical stuff Photoshop. Like, we're not going to be throwing down grads. We're not going to be doing any of that stuff. Um Natural light, but you're an artist. Yeah. As I was walking around, I walked the dog before this, and uh I saw my neighbors like hanging out by the pool and grilling and being outside and like, enjoying the day. It's a beautiful day here. And I was like, cool, can't wait to get inside and like in my darkened studio and start working. All right. So, we're going to do concept design, but I think the size of the paper matters. So, with that in mind, we're going to do grayscale just to like save, I don't know, our potato computer. By the way, new computer ordered. So, we're going to be able to like start working on bigger documents. Should be no problem. All right. So, the idea for this is that it will eventually be printed into on like 11 by 17 paper and like folded up like a zine. Actually, you know what? I have some zines. I can show you right now. Thrill as I never come back. So, I have some zines here. This is kind of hard to see. I'm in the corner here. These are old zines from about 2004, by Becky Cloonan. And he was never seen again. Yeah, exactly. Just leave the stream running and rake in the viewers. Can we do twitch.tv plays Photoshop? Can we do that? Is that a thing? Um, so the way that zines are made, what is a zine? A zine is short for magazine. I don't know what do they call them in comics? Like ash cans or minis? This might be like totally outdated terminology. So zine is short for magazine. Zines were huge in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. R. Crumb, who's an independent comic artist, he made little zines like this that like he printed out himself and then like handed out out of a, none of those terms. He handed them out of like a stroller in California. like to people. Like he sold them just like on the street when he was like getting started. That's right, feel old. Look, the stream is not about me confronting my age. So to make this zine right now is called, that I'm holding in my hands right here, is called Tommy X-Ray and the Sympathy Fucks. It's 2 stories from the depths of hell by Becky Cloonan. This is like old Becky Cloonan work. But now you're just comic illiterate. No, I mean it's okay to be like, I don't know what zines are. I feel like zines are a thing that was like big in like, it started in the 70s and then like peaked in like the 80s and 90s. Zines are also kind of like a have this kind of like punk rock connotation to them. Like they weren't necessarily just comics. It was a lot of like DIY stuff. So like you and your friends would put together a zine. Like a lot of kids in like small towns, or not even small towns, just like a lot of kids all over who were like into punk rock would, or just into comics or just into art or whatever, would make a zine that they would sell and advertise, and like it was a cheap way to like make your essentially DIY magazine. My sister made a couple way back in the day where and it was like she asked her friends for articles, they wrote articles, she asked her friends for art, you know, they put art in them. But that's all to say that like basically these guys are like 11 by 17 paper folded in half, and you like staple down the middle, and you take like a couple of sheets of 11 by 17 when you like put these together. Akash, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to high society. Yeah, so don't look at me. Yeah, so zine was really used more in the comics, in the music scene. Ashcan's definitely a comic equivalent. Yeah, so I started like knowing about these things through zines, but I guess creators are making ashcans, but now they just call them sketchbooks. I'm not exactly sure, but like now comic creators are doing these like really nice bound sketchbooks. Like hold on, I have another one over here. Like this is a sketchbook. Hey Sally, we're talking about zines, we're talking about your wheelhouse. Making zines and stuff. Like, so people used to make these like little zines. These are the, like I said, Becky Cloonan zine, 11 by 17 folded in half and stapled. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. And like comics were doing these ash cans, where they were like kind of the same idea, but then, and like sketchbooks, and they were calling them all kinds of things. But now people are making sketchbooks like this. Like this is like a hardcover. This is Matteo Scalera's Banana Shake, and it's like a hardcover, fully illustrated, like giant thing that you can like order online. Which is like not necessarily the, yeah, it's very pretty. I'll put some pics in the Discord after we're done here. But so we're not worried about that, and we're not worried about like making something that's going to be comic book sized, because I don't think that's our goal. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because like I want to orient we're going to do concept design stuff. We're going to start to design the Robit and Grace specifically, and I want to start to work on the appropriate page size, just so that I can get used to the page size. Because it's going to be a little bit different than your average comic book size. So it's going to be 11 by 17 cut in half. So we're going to work 300 resolution. We're going to work grayscale, and we could probably use 16-bit. So the width at the top is going to be 5.5, and then the height's going to be 8.5, 8.5 by 11 wide, folded. That's the whole point. You also think the term mini comics gets thrown around too? Yeah, it's a weird, like, I'm an old man, so I just call them zines. um, I don't know. All right. Let's get into some actual drawing. But it's all just comics, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I think the end goal of this is going to be. Like, I'm gonna keep you guys along the ride for like all the production and stuff. Hey, boys. Um, Here I want to do one thing real quick. I'm gonna move the Twitch alerts so they don't cover up the social or the other thing. All right, we should probably get into this. So let's get into it. I'm gonna adjust the mic real quick. So, okay, what do you guys want to color first? Or color. What do you guys want to draw first? You want to color Grace or the robot? Are we coloring? Are we drawing? God, who knows? Let's make sure this is all working. Yep. All right. Robot is the real hero. He's going to be the most fun to design because I feel like the robot is going to have like, we're going to be able to do like a lot of different things. So isn't coloring just drawing for people who are bad at lines? We're going to find out, dude. Print technology has also made them much prettier. They used to be made at 10-cent photocopy machine in the library. Now you can go to a digital print and get a nice stack of color cover for not much more money. Yeah, I mean, the last time I made a zine or a mini comic or an ash can or whatever you want to call it, it was like that was the mentality. When my sister made them, I was working on NYC Mech. Lines are for people who are bad at coloring. Well, we're good at coloring, so by that mentality, we're gonna get in here. Okay, so I kind of want to do like a boxy kind of robot. Like, we want to make them as less kind of like people thing. Yeah. Well, okay, Akash, we're doing a so like I don't know if this is necessarily where we want to be. This is gonna be like a longer stream potentially because we're drawing, and we're doing chill streams on the weekends. Like this isn't like what I do professionally, so I think that emotionally it should be separated in some kind of capacity. Color comics cost £2. I don't know what pounds are. So like, you guys can barely see that. Oh God, this is the wrong thing to do. All right. We're getting the growing pains out of the way. So we want to do like kind of like, I don't know. Should we do like a boxy kind of head? I don't know if that necessarily works that well. Like we could do like a $1 is equal to one pound now because of Brexit. Oh my God. Wait, did you answer the question about the green screen by talking about your feelings? Yes, that's exactly what I did. So we could do like a, like robot arm, clamp hand, like this kind of thing. Like, like this kind of like insanity. I don't know. And then like some kind of like robot leg situation. But like, yeah, exactly, Boykes. Like the typical kind of like robot kind of thing. But like, I don't know. This is like boring. You're so confused, but your pizza's here and you don't care anymore. Be right back. Sure, that's a fair call. Um, so like we could do that, but I don't want to do that. Like, I kind of want to like. All right. So the robot's gonna have like a train attached to him, and I feel like he should have like kind of like weird like legs, like a millipede kind of thing. Um, yeah. So like we're not using the green screen. Akash, I know you're getting your pizza, so you're not actually gonna hear this. I mean, maybe we shouldn't talk about this right now. So like maybe like a millipede kind of thing with like, um, I mean we're super loose by the way right now, and then like like he has this train behind him, and that's got like millipede legs as well, you know, and then like he, you know, maybe the millipede legs in the front are like uh bigger. You just ate pizza. Send help in comics. Yeah. Maybe the legs in the front are actually like much bigger, so that when he like unhooks from the train, um, he can like stand up like an actual robot. I mean, I did a sketchbook challenge robot a while ago that I thought was like pretty cool. Um, so like the other legs are like this big, and kind of like this is gonna make more sense. We're gonna make this into something actually like legible eventually. Um, just bear with me. We're fast and loose right now. And then like the actual robot, maybe he has a head, because I feel like the robot should be somewhat like expressive. He's Batman apparently. We're chucking and jiving right now. Um, Maybe he has like a kind of a midsection kind of thing, and then like, does he have regular hands, or does he have like clamps? I feel like if he's got to make food, right? So maybe he should have hands. Clamps. Your vote is for clamps. Give him the clamps. Oh my god. Futurama, I blame you. So yeah, the reason that this is a wild drawing, by the way. Maybe okay, all right. Let's back it up. Back it up. So maybe he stands like a regular robot. I feel like he looks too like crabby, like I don't know. One clamp, one hand. I like that. I like that style. He's like right-handed, so he's got like a regular, and then he's got like the clamps. Maybe the clamp should have like a meat tenderizer on it or something. Um, like, but yeah, maybe he should like kind of stand like a regular robot, and then like the train like is like a tail kind of thing, and then it has like little millipede legs on the back here kind of thing. Like, what do you guys think about that? This is getting weird. We're getting kind of human centipede-ish. Don't tell anybody that. Ladies and gentlemen, put your clamps together. And then he has like, you know, like you said, he's got like a clamp hand. And then like a regular hand. This is what a regular hand looks like, clearly. See, okay, so this is exactly why I did not want to design the robot on the page, because we are clearly still trying to figure it out. But okay, so here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. Like, a person needs to go in here. Here's the person. A person needs to go in there, which makes this robot like 4 stories tall. So maybe we gotta think about the robot differently. I just kind of realized that. I mean, maybe we have to think about the robot. Come watch Nickfil draw a robot human centipede, a human robot centipede. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, maybe we think about it less humanoid and more like what is it? D.Va from Diva from Overwatch. Like maybe it's like kind of like a bubble or chassis. More centipede. Gosh, please. Are you here to you're here to derail this stream, aren't you? You've subscribed so that you can derail everything. By the way, did you get that NT in the mail yet? Akash, I saw on Twitter, picked up like a analog and Super NT. But like I want it to have a face. So like I mean we can do something like this where it's like got feet. We're like back to like a squat version of the robot, which is fine. Nah, ships on the 1st. When do you do anything else? So like we could kind of like do the robot like this. Make a helper toaster bot extra, but the bread pops up, makes a cool mohawk. I like that plan. Maybe that's Tugboat. Yeah, I know. I saw you got that cart. That was a good looking cart. We can give this guy a mohawk. I don't know. We're like, I know this is like the fast and loose like robot stuff right now. But like we gotta start here so that we can figure out like where we want to go. I mean, maybe this is kind of where we want to be. But like, man, I really want to make the robot like very expressive. Maybe put the hands up front. You just got the title? Wait, the title of the book that we're doing or the title of the stream? Like we could do like the hands up front like this. But I mean, is this starting to look too much like Overwatch? I mean, a lot of times people that of the book, yeah. Because the chat wanted to do like an Iron Chef book, and I was like, all right, well, we can do that. Maybe like. Let's figure this out. So maybe it like kind of has like a robot head up here. And like a person would stand up to it like this tall. Whoa. Kind of thing. And the robot head could be on some kind of like swivel. And we can make this design like a little bit stronger. Maybe. Full disclosure, I think I said this on the last stream that like, you know, we were going to be designing the robot, and I'm actually like really, really bad at tech. So we're gonna see this. We're gonna see it happen. We're gonna see it unfold. Can the bubble part be Guy Fieri's head instead? We're not. He isn't attacking Flavortown. The book does have like 20 titles, by the way. But like we could do our robot centipede like this. Like we could, you know, like do the feet back here. We're kind of like overlapping a lot of ideas right now, but I think we're narrowing into like where we want to be. Like, how do we make we got to make like the front cooler. Maybe he needs. All right, I gotta think about this. Maybe like I think the front arms are looking a little T-Rexy. I don't know if that's necessarily like what we want to be doing. What if we kind of do like a block Gundam kind of thing? Where like it kind of like has like shoulders. A utensil cannon for an arm. We can do like a cannon arm. I put the thumb on the wrong hand. Maybe it like kind of looks like that with like maybe a smaller head. He looks very like Transformer like, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. This arm looks like broken, but we're just sketching, so it's fine. Well, we can fix it. We can fix it. So like we're drawing him like basically when he's in like the robot kind of like mode where he's like trolling around, like not trolling around, but he's like, you know, he's got like the centipede like attached. He almost looks like Centaur like this with like the feet, and then like we can kind of do like a like maybe the first thing is like the hips, and then when he like stands up he gets like taller, you know, when he unhooks the train. like kind of like that, and then like all the other robot legs back here. Okay. I think we're kind of like starting to narrow in, and then like, all right, so there's like that, and then like when he stands up, he gets like taller. So maybe he gets like less crouched, kind of thing, like this. I mean, like, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with the robot. Like, I like this design, but is it? And then like this is like a person tall, so like Grace would be like, you know, like this tall compared to the robot. Um, like up to the hips. He'd be like twice as. I think that's like this is the right like size where you want to be. Like this could be like a person sitting in here. Kind of thing. I think this is like where we want to be as far as like design wise, but like let's make a better version. So all right, let's kind of like if you guys have any strong robot opinions, by the way, you can now you want a story about an alien chef that travels planet to planet challenging their greatest chefs. I mean, like, this is basically that. We it's a very simple story about a robot who comes to town and kind of like steals, or not steals, but like challenges the town's greatest chef, and then in that challenge Grace steps up because it's like an opportunity to get the her dead brother back from this basilisk. Like in the challenge, she's like, we're gonna cook this basilisk. Who wants to come with me? Um, that's the sequel. Well, never mind, I guess. Um, so I mean, we are like kind of doing that. Um, I'm using like a super fat brush right now, basically to uh, that'll be the 500 page epic edition. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we finish this. So like, also that's a thing. Like, we do have to finish this, and like drawing takes time. I don't know how much of it, like, I would like to do all of the drawing like on stream entirely. Um, but I may have to do some of it off stream just for like time constraints. Uh, I'm not exactly sure. Like, it's going to basically come down to like, is this feasible to do entirely on stream? I know that, like, girl, look at that body. Yeah. Um, Yeah, girl, look at that robot body. Oh man, we went to squat. Can we move this? We can't move this. Convert to normal layer. We can move it. Um yeah, so like I don't know like how much we're going to be able to do like on stream, how much we're going to be able to do like off stream, in order to basically not, like, I joked around in one of the last streams where I was like, I'll see you at Christmas, and it's like I don't know if I want this thing to take that long, you know. Give the front feet like kind of like an anchor point, like it's kind of like, so he's gonna be like running in the snow, so we want like wide feet, like strong base. So that's what we're doing. um we can give him a little character in the character design. um if something had to go, you would vote some or most of the inking to be off stream. It'd be fun to talk about and watch that sometimes. But as far as stream participation goes, most of the thinking has been done. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll do it. We'll draw the entire thing. Like all the thumbnails are going to be on stream. I'm trying to think of like a good gesture for the robot. Yeah, so like maybe I'll do a lot of the inking off stream. Like maybe we'll do a special inking stream one of these days. But mostly be like off stream. Yeah, the robot. He's confused and he's unhappy. He's confused and unhappy. I don't want to just like hang his like limbs out in front here, but it's kind of where we're ending up. We could probably draw like one train and just like Photoshop like the whole train, you know, like one car of the train. I'm not exactly sure. All right, so we're gonna start with this. So we're married to the centipede idea. I mean, kind of. Why do you hate the centipede idea? We don't have to be. The thing is like he comes in the story with like a full kitchen. Like, in the comic, like after they slay the thing, it's like, okay, full bleed into the gutters, header setting of an outdoor kitchen in the town square. So like the robot kind of like sets up this like giant kitchen in the town square, and I kind of was like, the centipedes are tiny terrifying nightmare demons. Yeah, so the centipede part would like detach and like set up the kitchen, you know, like, And then like little sweet Tugboat, the announcer, would like pop out of like one of these guys, you know, and be like, "Hey guys, I'm Tugboat," you know, like he'd pop out out of like one of the crevices here, and he'd be like, "What's up, dudes?" If you can figure out if you can stream from your iPad Pro, you should let me ink a page. I don't know if you're gonna want to ink my pencils. Now the robot's got a butt head. That's Tugboat. Yeah, I don't know. Like, we don't have to be necessarily married to him being like, or part of a page or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'll hook you up if you want, but I don't know that we're gonna be making anything worth like. So you got to keep in mind that these are gonna be like my first sequential pages since like 2005. So you might want to run away. Don't rope yourself in. Now the robot has a butt. That's Tugboat. He pops out, and he's like the little announcer guy. Like, see, we put it over here. Tugboat. Word balloon weighing him down. In this corner, weighing in at 15.4 metric tons. The galvanized gastrobot. The culinary quiche contraption. The mechanical mince maestro. The hash slinging slasher. The whatever. The robot. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's all for fun. Yeah. What we should really do is just like Tugbutt. What we should really do, Sally, is like you should give me something to color on stream. Like that way we're working with your strengths and my own strengths. Yeah. Just put all pages out to different colorists, calling it a jam. I think you just figured out how to get free work. Lone Magi. All right. Maybe we're not married to the centipede idea. Maybe we just want to do like the straight up like robot. And maybe he'll have like a little thing like Tugboat and the like other like little robots that are like kind of look like him, like following him around maybe. We can figure that out. I feel like I'm leaning more this way out of the camera. Here we can. There we go. All right. So if we're gonna lean away from this like crazy ass centipede idea, then we just need to design the robot. So let's do that. Before we get rolling on it, like maybe we should make it legit. Like, so in here I have like perspective brushes. We could try to like stamp in some 2-point. Is this 2-point? No, this is 1-point. Let me figure this out. So we could stamp in some like perspective. Whoa, if Photoshop is like okay with it. Photoshop. We can't even handle 300 DPI. Oh my god. 300 DPI grayscale, and we're crashing. So Tugboat's kind of like a tiny robot that wears a kind of mech suit that unfolds into a kitchen, leaving the toaster head, and that's Tugboat's body. Kind of. You're in the right mindset. Oh god, is it down? Are we just down? Are we back? We should be back. Encoding overload conside. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's fine. We're all fine. Everything's fine. It says we're streaming 60 frames a second. All right. All right. Maybe we won't stamp in some perspective. Maybe that new computer can't get here fast enough. Do we call in a ref for the count? I don't think. No. We're not gonna make it more. Like, you guys are like, hey, let's make it more complicated than it already is, and I'm like, no. Let's not do that. Yeah, we're good now? Okay. All right, let's figure out this robot. You got audio, but visual is bad. We're good now. Okay, it's back. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So it turns out my computer's a potato, but new computer will arrive soon. So, all right, let's figure out this robot. Oh my god. Isn't the visual always bad? Talking about Nick's face. Wow. Wow, chat. You know, just when I think you guys are cool. Just when I think you guys are cool. So I'm trying to think about like leg joints and like how they would work mechanically. Trying to figure out like what the best way to like show that is. I think that's kind of like the hardest part of designing robots is like, okay, so like we're basically doing people in like more basic shapes, but and then we're just like kind of just like tacking shit on, like but like, you know, when I was in college back in the day, I was way better at doing people and buildings and things like that than I ever was with like robots and tech and all that. Not to say I was great with people and buildings, but I was better than I was at the robots and tech. I mean, maybe we should leave a little bit of room between the joint. So you can like actually see the joint. I kind of like that. I mean, maybe we kind of like mimic the leg muscles a little bit. Kind of thing. With like the cut. And then we got the back leg kind of thing. This would kind of be like a little joint here. and there'd be a joint and a cross here, and then we'd build the rest of the leg, but you wouldn't see any of that stuff. We're still kind of playing fast and loose right now. So, and then we do the feet. We can change up the feet. You know what I should have done before I did this is like look at a bunch of Gundams. What the heck is this? Hey Chops, we're drawing a robot for our story. I mean, maybe I should have looked at a bunch of Gundams and Avas and stuff like that, and then before like getting started in this. I don't even know if like that's necessarily what we want it to look like, though, is Gundams and Avas. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I do kind of like the idea of like a weird kind of like disc with like toes. That's super fucking weird though. Gundams. I mean, but like if we pull too much from the Gundam, then we become the Gundam. And I think that's bad, right? Isn't that bad? To become the Gundam? Weird. So Gunhams. Should look up orbital frames from Zone of the Enders. Oh my god. See, this is why I never found my sweet spot with robots, is because A, I called them robots, and B, I feel like the robots kind of like they never they all kind of looked samey to me. Like all the Japanese robots kind of look the same, and all the American robots look super boxy, and like it's hard to find kind of your own voice within all that. So I kind of designed these like hockey pads. That's okay, right? Everybody loves hockey here. One of the things that I'm a little bit worried about in making really stellar cockpit design. So basically, okay. So I haven't read or watched a lot of like anime with Gundams and stuff, and like I watched Ava like forever ago, and like, but like I was in college by the time I watched Ava, so like, you know, it didn't really leave that much of a lasting impression. It wasn't like I was watching it over and over and over when I was in high school. Here's the thing. And this I think is showing in this design, is my reference for most robots is Mech Warrior. And I feel like this looks like a Mech Warrior robot, kind of. That's like the wheelhouse for where I live as far as like robots go. Like this guy, if this guy had like a weird fucking arm guns, like he'd fit right in. We're not going to do that, obviously. This is a good cockpit design. I can't tell if that's if you're mocking me or that's real comments. So we're kind of like let's kind of figure this out. Like, where is the structure of the body? Kind of like do something like that. He should be kind of like circular, with like a joint in here. like another joint out here. We're gonna roll a joint right here. Legalize gay robots. What else are we gonna do? Maybe like a scoop out of the bottom. Like the elbow would be about there. And then like, so we could do like, if he's got like a kind of like a tube, we could do like a like a hand, but like maybe the hand retracts, and like he can like have a like piece of I don't know, like a mixer and like a tenderizer hammer and like a, you know, that kind of thing. I think that might be kind of neat. What if we kind of echo the design of the legs? Oh, should we echo it the other direction, maybe? Let me think about this for a second. So that way we can do like a thumb here. And then something like that. The lower arm is kind of behind. Yeah, we could try that. That's like a super easy thing to do. You gonna work with me? Oh my god. I selected the wrong thing. Like that kind of thing. I kind of like that. That's kind of neat. Where we like echo the design of like the entire robot. Like he's built the same way all over. I don't know that he would need. Do you need 4 fingers for cooking? Like, could you cook like this? Like 3 fingers, like Ninja Turtle style? I don't know. Like, should we just straight up like that? He's kind of like, not only is he like a little bit mech warrior, but he's also like a little bit Iron Giant, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Which is actually kind of neat. I think that the head is going to be interesting. So like, I kind of want to do like the head on a kind of like little conveyor belt thing, so that like just need 2 fingers and a thumb. Yeah, that's what I figured. By the way, so when we get into like drawing pages, even if we just design the robot today, because it's already been an hour, and we could do like a loose design like this. It doesn't have to be like a finished thing. We're not thinking about finished products right now. We're just kind of like spitballing ideas. I mean, maybe Ziggy's right, and that we do like a lot of the loose concept design on skill, and then we do like the actual finished inking off screen. Like we're doing a lot of the so okay. Like, should we make a neck like that? And then kind of like do some kind of ears, like super wide head. And then like do something like this. because I want the robot to be like expressive. Um, Finish has some good designs. Maybe you should be thinking about it. What's Finish? Finish? Um, he could cook with clamps for hands. Yeah, need 2 fingers and a thumb. Yeah. I do think that like in the amount of time it's taking for us to like draw this robot, um, it's probably gonna take forever to like do pages online, which is like I never really thought about like the actual time sink. Like I was just like, oh, we'll just make comics online. Like people do that. Um, and now I'm kind of like, oh God, we're gonna have to make comics online. Um, as in Finland. Finland has some good designs for robots. Um, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. So like this is kind of how I approach most art is like I overwork the shit out of it. And I think that comes from like just not having confidence in the design in like the creation yet. Like I don't have super high confidence in my mark making. So I'm like, let's make all the marks kind of thing. Um, Whoosh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the. Is this a robot joke that I don't get? Because if so, I don't get it. I think that one of the things that we're gonna have to like is gonna be tough for me when we start getting into like making final work. Hey, cross contour, we're making robots. When we start to make final work, is that like, uh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, I'm not worried. Um, is that like because we can like undo and redo all of the lines ever with Photoshop. I tend to want to do that. um like I do a lot of like, oh, like this stuff, this kind of thing, like in the robots midsection where I'm like, okay, we'll put like 40 lines this way and we'll do some white this way and eventually it'll be a thing. And I think that like the battle is going to be like doing more with less, even though we're like able to do more, we shouldn't do more kind of thing. Then it may look better with like more economy of line. um it's gonna be hard to figure that out. I'm still using like a chunky brush too, so I mean that doesn't really help. um I'm trying to be a little more delicate with it. Maybe like this part is a little more sunken in. You can do really fast designs with silhouettes and then cut white into them until you finish with something you like. I did some of these here, which you can't post. I think that you tried to post a link. Yeah, I think that, like, trying to figure out in Photoshop, like, you know, cutting white into a design is something that I think we're going to have to figure out how to do. It's not something I figured out when I was, like, in college, like, at all. That robot looks too happy. I mean, do we put eyes on him? Maybe. Man, drawing on in real time takes a long time. I'm like, oh, we'll just bust out all the concept design. And I'm like, we have one robot and no train for the robot. And now I'm kind of like, did we cut stream? I think we cut stream. Are we done here? I think we might be done here. I gotta get used to streaming longer and having more patience. I think this is basically what the robot is gonna look like, though. I think we've like kind of centered in like a good kind of place, and I think like the human being in the robot would be kind of like, we can do like a blue. The human being and the robot would kind of be in like this plush chair kind of thing, where they'd be like chilling. You give this robot a thumbs up? Yeah, I think it came out pretty good. They'd be kind of in like a plush chair with like control panels and stuff. Maybe they're like a little cramped, like their knees are up here, and then like kind of like that. Which robot is this one? This is the Curse of the Iron Chef robot. This is the robot. And so like when it opens, it would like crack open here. Like just right down the middle and kind of like open up. My buddy Matt Wilson is at he has brought his convention table to a so the robot would open like right here. He's been texting me from a he's at like a pop figure swap thing that's like happening, I guess, and he's like selling his books there at that show, and he's texting me about like all the deals that are going down. Have you ever seen the piloting for G Gundam? No, I haven't seen like basically all Gundam stuff. I haven't seen like I'm into the designs, but like I haven't seen any of the animes. I don't know what the story is. I'm not even like a big like robot guy. I don't know. This is like, so this design is like, hey, I don't know anything about robots. This is the robot I came up with. The chat wanted robots. Look, This is what the chat wanted. We're not talking about what I wanted. Oh my god, I'm gonna sit here and like noodle on this robot all day, and he's pretty much done. I think this is where we're gonna call it for the robot. Text incoming. There's a 10-pack of Lionel's legs for only $3. Yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. You only learned this week that pop figures are full of meat. That's true. That's some. You're on that Cave Carson inside edition. All right, let's design Grace. Let's work on Grace a little bit. So they have a VR chamber inside with 1-to-1 motion controls. Oh, that's kind of neat. That's really cool. I don't know if we're going to be doing anything that sophisticated, but I don't know. I'm going to like I like this robot. I think this robot's pretty cool. I think like this person's like all crouched up, but like Grace could stand like, you know, like this tall next to the robot. Like, so the robot clearly is like a bigger creature next to her. By the way, the robot is like super future-y, which is not something that I thought was going to happen. That's what the Pacific Rim pilots had. Oh, I didn't know that. I saw Pacific Rim in a bar without the sound on, and my buddy who's a writer was like, this is the best way to see Pacific Rim because everything else that's not the robots is really freaking boring. I don't know, maybe he was being a snob. So like, okay, so like, I like this robot. I may fiddle with the design of the head before we get going. Before we start, like, you know, really getting into the comic. Maybe the little feet thing should be on the inside instead of the outside. Maybe. Yeah, that looks a little better than the outside one. Pacific Rim had physical controls. Yeah. Because they were like running on a treadmill or something, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Grace. So Grace has to be like likable and interesting and and I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm just going to kind of design a person, but oh no, Eric Canetti's here watching me draw. Shit, we've goofed. Hey Eric. You guys should follow Eric, by the way. He draws a lot better than I do. You come here for comic drawings? Fuck, dude. You know I'm a colorist, right? You know that. When we work on the weekends, we do stuff that's like out of my comfort zone. We're way out the comfort zone. You want to see the robot? We made a robot. I think this is the robot that we're going to be drawing in our story. It's got a little tiny person in it. He's going to be cooking. Yeah. I'm trying to like, so the thing that I advocate on my own stream is that like on like the regular, don't look at me in full effect, on the regular like work week, is that like, you know, you should get out of your comfort zone and like do some stuff, like try coloring, try doing that kind of stuff. And like I wanted to kind of like put my money where my mouth is, like get out of my own comfort zone. It turns out the writing might have been actually easier than the drawing. I think the drawing might be the toughest part. Although we're experiencing the drawing right now, and while I was experiencing the writing, I was like, this is the toughest part. So, I mean, who knows? I was picturing, so like, it's going to be winter, and I was picturing like a full kind of like collar for Grace. Like a fur collar kind of thing. I was thinking about you're glad I'm doing it? Yeah. I mean, what do they say? You gotta get all the terrible drawings out before you start doing the good drawings? I don't know. We're trying to get all the terrible drawings out. So yeah. So like Grace is currently looking a little masculine. Part of that's the hair. So I wanted to kind of like maybe make her a person of color and like do like I always see Jen Bartel do like cornrows, and they look like super fun to draw. So I was thinking about like maybe making the maybe making her and the village like kind of like people of color. I don't know if the chat has like an objection to that, or if they were viewing Grace in a different light. But I was thinking like, you know, bundle them up like this kind of thing. She's looking a little bit masculine. That's your entire career, Nick. The poor drawings haven't stopped. Come on. So like Grace is like a very determined kind of like character. We want her to be like, she's like no nonsense. She's serious. Like she maybe is like a little bit tired. Let's try to get like a better like angle. Maybe if we like work on the lips, we'll feminize her a little bit. But yeah, she's like no nonsense. She doesn't fuck around. You also pictured Grace as someone of color? Yeah, man. I think maybe we were communicating that in the story when we were writing it, perhaps. Let's use this as kind of like the structure for right now. Maybe like the jacket. I was thinking maybe the jacket goes like over the shoulder like that. Like almost military style. Not that she shouldn't be like military. I think it's because the reason that I was thinking of Grace as a person of color, in addition, like I do want to draw cornrows, and like it's just kind of what I want to draw. I also think that like soften the jawline more. Yeah. I think that people of color have better food than white people. Just like straight up. And this is a story about food, so you know it makes sense to me. I don't know if you guys necessarily agree, but that's kind of where my head's at. Let's kind of like fade this. maybe she doesn't have like military style like over the. Maybe it would be like just a regular, kind of like straight down, kind of thing. I mean, we can make the fur like real big too. Like that might be kind of fun to draw. Is this just for fun or practice? It's so we wrote like on stream. This is like we're chipping away at this on the weekends. So like the whole point of this is like we spent about 5 hours, 3 sessions total of like we brainstormed what we wanted to do with the chat, and then we scripted it with the chat. Chef jacket inspired coat. Now you're speaking my language. And then we are starting to like do the concept design for this book that we kind of wrote. It's like I think it's shook out to like 12 pages total. And then we're gonna start to do next weekend. We're gonna do breakdowns, and then like thumbnails, and then we're gonna start to actually do pages. And like the whole point of it is like, A, it gets me out of my comfort zone, which is something I advocate for everybody else. It's gonna make me a better colorist because I'm gonna start thinking about like, I don't know, when you do any part of comics and then you try to do other pieces of comics, you get to the point where like if you know how to do everything, then like you get better at all aspects. So like it's gonna make me a better colorist making this book. We can definitely do chef inspired jacket. Those crossover, right? They like do like the buttons on the side. So it's gonna make me a better colorist. But also like I wanted to do this basically because I wanted to also show everybody like that you can make comics like on the side on the weekend. Like all you got to do is start. Like if you want to start making comics, just go. Like I haven't done any serious drawing since like January of this year. It's currently the end of February. I haven't done any serious pages since 2004, 2005. So like this is basically going to be about like trying things out. Let's look up what chef's jackets look like, because I think this is critical. So yeah, that's like all the reasons why we're gonna be kind of like figuring out like what we want to do. Oh, look at this hunk of man meat. There's a chef. Good Lord. So yeah, it's about like, it's about like showing you guys and encouraging you guys to make comics. It's about making comics on our own. Me like finally getting off my ass to make comics. It's about like a lot of things. So chef jacket's kind of like the line goes down like from the collar area, so we kind of like do something like this. But like, Grace is a lady, so let's give her lady parts. It's a technical term, right? That's a spicy meatball. Yeah, look at that guy. we ain't no Gordon Ramsay. Grace is looking fierce as hell, by the way. Yeah, so like this is kind of where we want to be for Grace. Maybe some folds down here. Let's kind of like white this out and maybe do some actual inking. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that the goal of this whole project is to get everybody out there who wants to make comics like motivated to make comics. And if you're scared about making comic books, or you know, you feel like you don't have the time like to dedicate, like I want to prove that like we're gonna work almost exclusively on the weekends. Like I don't know if we're gonna be doing, I might be doing some extra inking on the side, just to keep the pace of this book like at a good clip, so we're not doing the same thing every week. But yeah, I want to show you guys that like it's possible to just like, if you're an aspiring creator, to just like start creating, you know? Because I think that's important. We're still using like a big fat brush, which I think is impacting my ability to draw, but you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're gonna be fine. How are you? So I started thinking about well said and inspiring. Yeah, that's what we're going for on this channel. It's to like, you know, try to like lift up the people around us. You know, I'm sick of like, one of the things that like like inspired me to like make this is that like I think that there's a lot of negativity in comics that like doesn't necessarily need to exist. That like the most successful creators that I've seen over the years have been ones that like care about each other, you know, like ones that like, the people who last are the people who like give a shit about the work, give a shit about each other, and like kind of put all the other stuff aside and are willing to like lift up the people underneath them as well, you know? Um, so yeah. Hold on one second. My fiance is on the phone out there and she's on speakerphone, so I figured I'd shut the door. So yeah, I think anybody can do anything they set their mind to, and if they really want to make comics, like I want to show you, you can really make comics. But yeah, I had something else I was going to talk. Oh, so um, and he never came back again. Again, yeah. Hold on, let me leave and never come back. Oh shit, drawing's hard. Let me bail. If I'd never turn off the stream and I just move to a new apartment, you guys will figure that out eventually, right? um, yeah. So Comic Cons are coming up. Emerald City Comic Cons this weekend. I'm not going to be at that one. I successfully navigated my taxes and paid off my student loans and got a new computer. So because of all that, um, we are going to be I'm going to be going to some shows this year, but they're going to be mostly quarter three or quarter two, quarter three, quarter four shows instead of quarter one shows, meaning, you know, in the back end of the year. Oh shit, drawing's hard. Let me bail. Yeah, exactly. I, it took me steadily working in the industry for about, something like, 8 years before I stopped thinking about like, oh shit, once this doesn't pan out and they find out that like I'm a fraud, I could start working at McDonald's. I should get an application. We should just preemptively get an application for McDonald's because this shit's hard and I'm about to be found out. So let's figure that out. Yeah, took 8 years to get out of that mindset. Oh shit, drawing's hard. Let me bail. So yeah, Comic Cons. I won't be doing many Q1 Comic Cons. If you follow me on Twitter or Twitch, which is up in the corner, up there, way up there in the corner, above the sexy chef over here, which I don't know why he's still here. We got all the information we need, but the sexy chef is still here. I heard Burger King has employee discounts, but their fries are terrible. Ziggy knows what's up. So... Oh. So anyway. Yeah, Comic-Cons are coming. And so... we want to... I'm going to be doing some late quarter ones. I was thinking Rose City... Heroes Con and something. God, what else was I gonna do? MegaCon maybe. Those ones for sure, and then I'll be like adding as I go. Sexy Chef should be regular stream layout. All right. I think. How long have we been streaming? An hour 35. I think that we might actually end up calling it here. Too early to plan the Halloween costume. I mean, it's never too early. I haven't actually done a Halloween costume in a long time. I feel like Comic Con's kind of like ruined it for me. That like cosplayers, kind of like seeing them all year round, like, hey, you're doing Heroes? Oh sweet, well, I'll see you there, we'll get a drink. That'll be fun. All right, so this is what I'm thinking for Grace. She's gonna be like outdoors mostly, so she's gonna be like mostly covered up. We might tweak from here, but like, you know, I was thinking also like we'll strap her with a sword, you know, and like maybe like some pouches and stuff. And like we'll do like a backpack as well. But like this is kind of where my head's at for Grace. Can't call it until you make Grace a woman. I mean, she is a woman. She's just like a little like rugged, a little rough around the edges. I don't know. You don't think so? We could figure that out later. At any rate, I've been streaming for like an hour and a half, and I'm starting to get like fatigued a little bit. But we got the robot figured out. We kind of have Grace figured out. I think we're gonna jump into page layouts next weekend. On Monday, we're gonna be doing a little bit of maybe a little bit more of like some digital painting. And then we're also going to be doing maybe some other stuff that I have lined up. I got some like, you've seen this man before? Oh no. The thing is, she's going to be in a big jacket though, so she's not going to have like a lot of like womanly proportions. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me sleep on it because like I said, I'm not the best like line artist, so maybe I have to like sit on this for a little while and figure it out. At any rate, we're going to be doing either some Simonson stuff, some Walt Simonson stuff, some Jack Kirby stuff, or some Rick Leonardi stuff. We're going to be just doing some recolors of some like old comic books on Monday or Tuesday. Inspiring speech. Yeah. I mean, anybody can make comics. You just got to start. And I'm proof because I'm terrible at this, but we're just gonna go. So yeah, next week we're gonna do layouts. We got some cool stuff for the week coming up. I hope that you will join us for that. Until then, guys, keep making comics, guys and girls. And maybe I'll see you at some Comic Cons. We'll see what happens. Talk to you soon.